Dusty's trying his creamy, dreamy satay. Here, Bubby. Yeah. Good. Hello, lovers. Are you enjoying that? Dusty was sleeping the other day, so I took advantage of that time and I prepped a creamy, dreamy, baby-friendly satay. It was super easy. Today in this video, I am gonna go through the step-by-step process of how I created this amazing satay, which Dusty's smashed pretty much his whole plate of already. And then I'm going to talk about how I got Dusty to sleep 12 hours through the night. I put him down in his cot every night, and then 10 to 12 hours, most of the time it's 12 hours, he wakes up in the morning super happy, talking to his toys until I go get him. But first, let's chat our delicious lunch. I chopped up a kumara and a couple potatoes into bite-sized pieces. Then I lined a roasting dish with baking paper and some oil, put the kumara and potato into it, topped it with a little more oil and tossed them so they were all coated. Then I put them in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. I diced up 3 garlic cloves. Next I made the sauce. So I put 1/4 cup of sesame oil in a bowl, then 1/2 cup of creamy smooth peanut butter. My #1 nut butter to use is always Fix and Fog. It's just the best on the market by far, and it's super creamy and I just love them so much, and Dusty loves it so much too. Then, because I used the last of the peanut butter, I used the empty jar to put in the rest of the sauce ingredients. So 1/2 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Cully's vegan fish sauce, 1/4 cup of warm water, and then I shook it up really good and I felt the fantasy of making cocktails. And then I poured it into the bowl and I added 400 mils of coconut cream, a teaspoon of ground ginger, and a tablespoon of maple syrup and the juice of 1 lime. Then I had to get a bigger bowl, even though my rule is always start with a big bowl or a pot because it's annoying when you don't have enough space to cook. Then I added a cup of liquid gold for little ones, which is the vegetable cooking water. Whenever I boil potatoes or parsnips, this one was parsnip, so it's gonna taste really yummy. It's got all of the flavor without any of the salt, so it's the perfect stock for babies. I stirred it up good, and then I diced up an onion, and a good little trick is hold the knife under running water so it stops the onion making you cry. I've always done this, or I stick my tongue out while I'm chopping onion. I parboiled some edamame beans and baby carrots. When the potatoes and kumara had finished roasting, I sprinkled 4 tablespoons of corn flour over them and I stirred them up. In a frying pan, I added a little oil on medium heat, and then I fried up the onions for about 10 minutes, and then I added the potato and kumara. I gave it a quick little stir, and then I added the creamy, dreamy satay sauce and stirred it on the heat until it thickened up for about 5 minutes. Then I added the carrots and the edamame, and boom! Hey baby, you love it. He's literally smashed it all. Do you want some of mine, sweetie? Here. Here you go, Bubba. I served it on red quinoa as well. Loves it. So, I fully believe that Dusty sleeps incredibly through the night because of what I feed him. All right, let's talk sleep. I co-slept with Dusty for the first 8 months of his life. I planned to have a home birth. That video is still coming, that story. I planned to have a home birth, but that didn't end up happening, so I had him in the hospital. And then I went out to the birthing unit, which is this beautiful, amazing unit that's midwifery run, and it's and we spent a couple days there afterwards with our new little bundle of joy, and he didn't have his name yet. And the midwives there taught me how to co-sleep safely. So that was cool. Co-slept with them. It was just easy, and it just meant that we both got heaps and heaps of sleep. Then when Dusty was getting to be about 8 months old, he was starting to be on my boob like all through the night, and it was a bit much because he was getting bigger, and I knew that I really wanted to transition him into a cot, and I wanted to feel that fantasy of like going in there in the morning and him being super excited to see me and me getting him out of his sleep sack, and then us like having a little snuggle on the couch. That's what I really wanted instead of sleeping together all night. A couple of my friends had done the Ferber Method, and it's not as ruthless as Cry It Out method. It's like a softer version, but it worked for all of my mama mates and their babies. So I was like, oh God, I'll give it a go. And so what happened was I put him down in his cot for the first night. I made sure that I had nothing stressing me out, and I was feeling mentally prepped myself to be able to handle that. And I put him down in his cot, and of course he cried because he's used to falling asleep with me on the boob. Lolly, 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 lolly. I like your song. Yeah. Yeah. What was I up to? Red quinoa, yay superfood, annoying cleanup. There's like little red dots of amazing nutrient dense balls. They were everywhere, and now I've cleaned them up. Hey baby, come here. So I made sure that I was mentally strong enough to start the whole Ferber Method. So Dusty went to bed in his cot the first night, and the whole thing with Ferber Method is when your baby's crying, 40 minutes sleep versus 2.5 hours. You can tell how long his nap was today. So I put Dusty in his cot, and the whole thing with the Ferber Method is your baby's gonna cry because it's a whole new environment for them. And you've got to go in and reassure them that you're there, but not pick them up. Every 3 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then I think 7 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and 10 minutes, and 10 minutes, and 10 minutes until they go to sleep. The first night was an hour. I would go in there, I would reassure Dusty, and then I'd lie him down because he would be like standing up like crying. I'd lie him down and I would say, it's bedtime, mama's here, it's bedtime. And then I would come out here on this couch and I would bawl my eyes out. It was so ruthless, and I kept Googling all the good reviews of it working because I was just like, this is so unnatural, this is so hard to hear my baby be so upset. And then all the reviews were like, it's gonna be like this for the first 3 nights, and then your baby will learn to self-settle. And I was like, okay, what was that, honey? And then I was like, okay, I've just gotta get through 3 nights. Second night, I think it was even more ruthless. It was like an hour and a half, and I was out here on this couch in tears, and I messaged my mama friends that had already done this method with their babies, and they reassured me. They said that the same thing happened with their babies, and then on the 4th night it was all good. The 3rd night was good. The 3rd night, I think it was Dusty went to sleep maybe after 20 minutes, and it was so cool. And then the 4th night, I think it took 45 minutes. Again, it was hard. And then on the 5th night, I put him down in his cot, and he just started talking to his little toys, and I said goodnight, and I shut the door, and he was good. And he was self-settled. So the Ferber Method is, some people think it's really ruthless. It might not be for you, but if you are struggling with your baby sleeping in their own cot and you do want like full night sleeps, it's very highly recommended. And that was my personal experience with the Ferber Method. And now Dusty is, in 1 week, he's gonna be 1. I can't believe I've almost got a 1-year-old. Hey sweetie, Aline, come here. And he sleeps so good every night, and we both just have amazing sleeps. Hey sweetie. Yeah. He was only sick for a couple days as well. So that baby smoothie that's in this video, next video, check it out. Are you blowing raspberries? Check it out, because if you've got a sick baby, then give them that smoothie and it should pass really quickly. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Subscribe for more Mama Baba chats, and we'll see you next time. Peace.